And I don't have it with me here, it must be in my office.
So, we don't need the motions for the public forum, I just called the meeting for January 20th at 5:30. Right? 5:30.
6:30.
No, 5:30 for January 20th, the one January 4th.
Oh,
Yes.
5:30, yeah.
5:30 on the 20th.
6:30.
6:30 on the
Okay,
4th.
make sure I got that, 5:30, yep, I do have 5:30.
Okay. We need to, so it's a motion to, we really don't need it because it was budgeted.
Okay, all right. We just need you to.
Basically, I'm just going to, in the vouchers, you'll see a voucher for the Kansas Area Youth Center. It's budgeted, it's not outside of the approved budget for the year, but it's just to fund them. I think it's about,
I think it's 20.
1,500?
1,500, yeah, 1,500. 1,250.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they desperately need it right now,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I definitely support that.
Yeah. But the voucher's not in there?
No, because we put it off.
We put it
The
off.
the voucher's not in there because we put it off.
All right, so just so I
So-
can sign it before the end of the year, let's have a motion to authorize me to sign,
I'm not even really sure when they always put it through because I never vouchered it out. The bookkeeper always did, so I don't know when it was out.
motion to approve an appropriation for the $1,500 for the youth center. That way, if they need it before the
Right.
31st.
I don't think they
can
do.
sign
I
it.
don't think they do.
I'll make that motion that we authorize Sarah to sign
A check to.
a check to the Kansas Area Youth Center, for $1,500.
Okay.
A line item budget is in that.
Mhm. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, if they don't need it, you'll just see it in the voucher for in the vouchers for next month, otherwise I'll sign it early. Okay,
That's it? I know of.
the center, that's.
Other
I
than
can do
those
the
those were already
contracts 'cause
voted on
we already
last
voted on
month.
them. This is the fire contracts I just need to sign, so we need the justice report and the abstracts.
I'll make a motion that we approve the justice reports.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Great, and then the abstract.
I make a motion, we pay the bills, the abstracts.
I'll second that motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, and there was some question, by the way, about doing the end of year audit. That law hasn't been in place since 1973. Basically, between now and our next meeting in January, there will be a bunch of end of year bills that come in. We'll present them just as we normally do in January, and we'll have the end of year,
It's a
people-
reconciliation.
It's not so much a reconciliation, it's just as of December 28th, we don't necessarily have all of the bills for 2016. Between now and January 20th or so, we'll get everything in, and then we'll have a more complete filing for you, which we can present. That's why they got rid of the law, because you don't have everything you
You don't have
need
everything.
Sure.
right now. Okay, with that, I'll open it up again to public comment. Sean?
I'd like to clarify one thing about that, Neil, Chris. That mitigation thing, that is, the disaster mitigation thing is like 2011, I believe it was. Fort Plain got flooded out severely due to an 8-inch rainstorm that happened out west. They hit, it was basically like a mutual aid button. I was in charge of 7 different entities down in that city to clear that village out. That included Thruway out of Verona, Thruway out of Amsterdam, ourselves, town, state, we all worked together to put that village back in place within a week and put some of their structures online. We turned around and got reimbursed for all that. That's what that mitigation program is designed to do. And it's almost like a part of a shared services program. That's how some of our towns that I work closely with, they'll give me hours of working on my roads. I turn around and put that on a report. That's how they justify the shared services. That's how the governor's office justifies that we're sharing services to keep taxes down, so they don't need to go out and rent a piece of equipment or add, let's say, a contracting crew on to come in and fix something. That's what that mitigation project is for.
I appreciate that, thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments?
I have a question. Isn't it part of the town's board's responsibility to try and bring some additional businesses into the town? You know, I guess I'd love to be able to see the town grow, and I just don't see where the town board has done anything to do that. We're not growing.
Thank you. Any other comments?
We have a Chamber of Commerce that operates regionally around here, and that's one of their functions.
But I just don't, I mean, I'm not seeing where, you know, we have no new businesses at all coming in. We're, you know, everybody's, you know, worried about the money. We're not making any money because we're not bringing any additional businesses in here, big or small. I know it's a nice, wonderful, small community, and I like it that way. But we do still have to have some businesses come in here. And I was under the assumption, and I may be wrong, that it's the town board's responsibility to contact some businesses and try and bring them in and try and, you know, say, hey, you know, maybe we would be a good place for your small business. But I just don't ever see any of that ever happening.
Thank you. Thank you. Sandy?
What Cliff was mentioning about this one car limit, or no cars, no abandoned cars. What happens to somebody if they have several cars on their property? What is the process?
You get a violation just like anybody else would.
So how many, what, do they have so many days to remove it, or what happens with that?
You should call him to get more information.
Well, those are kind of some of the things I think that this town needs to do to help, as Deb was saying, try to get some businesses in here. We need to clean the town up a little bit. And that's where the board could be instrumental in doing things like that, putting some oomph behind getting that stuff done. If you drive up through the country, which is where the town is, it's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
It is absolutely disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just ride around Brower Road and around Oswegatchie Road. I mean, it's terrible. And it's nobody does anything. Nobody's pushing to get it done. I think that car thing is great. I mean, when you go by and you see a car that's in the ground, no tires on it, it's been there for a while, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So those things need to be looked at.
Thank you.
And nobody's doing anything about it.
Any other comments? Paul?
I just got a very quick one. Watch which nerves you push.
We have some Brower Road nationalism here going on.
Well, I'm talking about the
Some
up the
people
other
love
end,
love
Paul,
the
not
country
your
here.
end.
Well,
Love
Cletus
every
moved,
right to feel
Cletus
it.
moved his
We live in heaven.
four ancient chassis.
She's talking
off
about
the-
Mead's tractors that have been there for 100
Oh,
years.
those, yeah.
Not the tractors, the trucks and the cars. The tractors are so far back, it's okay. They're covered up with trees and grass now. You don't even know they're there.
You know, the,
Any other comments?
Mr. Campbell.
I
Sean,
just have
go
one
ahead.
quick question. I kind of agree with what Sandy was saying to a certain extent, but what about the average homeowner that has an old plow truck just sitting in their yard that they use in the wintertime? So they're certainly not gonna register it because they just use it to plow their own yard out. So why register and put plates on it? It's there for their own personal use. So I think I understand it's gonna be a state law, but they need to
I understand what you're saying.
look at that aspect too.
Couldn't you get it registered as a farm equipment, which is what?
Why
You
would
gotta
you wanna
you
pay
gotta
anything when never
show
leaves your
agriculture if
property?
you get farming plates.
Oh,
Things like that are
But no, if he
They're
says
just
no,
as illegal.
that's illegal. Even this one vehicle without plates on it's illegal is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the state, that's just something I believe the state has adopted.
Yeah.
Well, right now we have one. If we were to change it, we would have none.
Well, that one would include your plow truck or
Yep.
Yes.
something like that, but that new law, the state's saying 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good questions here. Any other comments? All right, thank you. We need the motion to close public comment.
I'll make a motion that we close public comment.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Any more discussion? All right, then we need the motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Happy New Year.
Who gets
Happy New Year to everyone.
Okay, I was the last one to sign.